In the last episode, we sorted out the ignition system and wiring. So in this episode, it was time to upgrade the fueling system and freshen a few things up. Starting with getting the car in the air for an oil change. These are my dad's old jacks, so they might be older than me, and I know I need new ones, but for now they still get the job done, just on their own time. Now with the car finally in the air, I just cut up an old oil can to use for draining the oil. But of course, before I could remove the sun plug, I had to brace for impact. Standard procedure in this garage, but honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. Next was the fresh oil. Since day one, I've been using Castrol Edge 10W60 and I don't plan on changing that anytime soon. I then filled the filter, installed it, and got the car back on the ground. With the oil done, it was time to move on to the SurgeTank. This tank was actually sponsored by George from Everlasting Motorsport, so a massive thank you to him for making this upgrade possible. With the SurgeTank ready to go, I installed the new fuel pump, routed the fresh fuel lines, and got everything clamped up. With everything hooked up, the fuel was a little low as per usual, so I added a few liters before the moment of truth. After reconnecting the battery, I flipped the fuel pump switches and waited to see if the system would build pressure. Luckily, the fuel pump did its job and the gauge jumped to life. Now that that was sorted, I could move on to removing all the moldings around the car to give it a much needed polish. And of course, some paint had to come off with it. With everything done for the day, I had some free time later that night to start giving the car a proper polish. Some call it therapy, so I used the time to talk to God to clear my mind. The weather was perfect the next day, so I polished the rest of the car outside. It's been sitting in the sun and rain since I painted it about 10 years ago, so this was really just about saving what's left of the paint. Later, I took the wing off so I could polish the boot lid properly. And that's when I really started seeing that orange I fell in love with as a kid come back the way I remember it. My high school bike was orange, my first E30 was orange, and seeing this color shine again brought back a lot of memories. The paint wasn't the only thing showing its age. The decals had seen better days too, so it was time to start peeling them off to make way for a fresh set. After spending so much time taking things apart, it was nice to start putting them back together again. With the bonnet back on, it was time for the real test. Finally, it was time for a quick test drive. I've been waiting a long time to hear it boost again, so I was definitely going to enjoy this. Nothing crazy though, just 0.5 bar or 7 psi of boost, which means this 2JZ is barely breathing, but it's just enough to have some fun. But enough about me, I'll let the 2JZ do the talking. After that pull, I just cruised it up. It was pulling really hard for the low boost and I couldn't be any happier. But it just felt so good to finally have my car back. To every single follower and subscriber who's been here from the start, I just want to say thank you. I appreciate you more than you can imagine, and we're only just getting started. If it's God's will, there will be many more projects to come. This is the last time this car is going to look like this, because when that door opens up again, it'll be one step closer to the car I've always dreamed about as a kid.